Good morning, everyone. I'm going to apologize if you can hear the puppy whining in the background. I've tried to quiet her down. She's been in the backyard. Don't know what else to do. So I'm going to try and post a picture of her up on either through email or through Google Classroom or something to see if anybody knows her. I've put her on a bunch of different websites to see. But we are still fostering her because we didn't want her to be in the kennel at the shelter when nobody's going down to look. But the shelters, both of Upland and Rancho, have her picture. All right, so we are going to move on to using the double angle formulas while we're trying to solve trig equations. So if you notice in this one, we have cosine of 2 theta with cosine of theta, and those are not like terms. So we're going to remember that the cosine of 2 theta is equal to 2 cosine of theta minus 1. Now, you might notice there were 3 different formulas I could have chosen, but I wanted to, sorry, this was wrong. We're going to be 2 cosine squared of theta minus 1. Then we're correct. All right, so there were 3 different choices. There was cosine squared theta minus sine squared theta, and there was also 1 minus 2 sine squared of theta. But because we have this cosine of theta in our equation, we wanted to make sure and stick with cosine. So I'm going to substitute that in here. So we have 0 is equal to 2 plus 3 cosine theta. And then we have plus, and then that becomes 2 cosine squared of theta and minus 1. If there was anything other than just a plus in front of that, I would have put parentheses so that you either distribute the sign or distribute the number that's in front. So if I clean this up a little bit, I've got 2 cosine squared of theta. I have plus 3 cosine theta, and then I have plus 1 is equal to 0. So let me double check my work. I would agree with that. So then we're going to do the big X to be able to factor this. So we've got 2 on the top and 3 on the bottom. And so what multiplies to give me 2 that adds to give me 3 would be 2 and 1. So I'm going to split this up. So I've got 2 cosine squared of theta. I have plus 2 cosine theta. I've got plus 1 cosine of theta. Plus 1 is equal to 0. So if I group these two together, I can factor out a 2 cosine of theta. And so 2 cosine theta times cosine theta gives me 2 cosine squared of theta. And then 2 cosine theta times positive 1 gives me the 2 cosine theta. And then for the second grouping, they don't have a GCF other than 1, so I'll just factor out a 1, and I've got cosine of theta plus 1. So again, how do we know that we did it right? Is that the parentheses match each other. So I'm going to factor the parentheses, so I get cosine of theta plus 1. And then if I cancel those out, I'm left with 2 cosine of theta plus 1. All right, so then this is a good time to check our directions. So this is everything in the first revolution in terms of degrees. So I've got cosine of theta equal to negative 1. And so if I go to solve that, I can't have a leg be the same length as a hypotenuse, so I know that's a unit circle question. And since cosine is represented by x on the unit circle, we're going to look at negative 1, 0. And so that's going to give me a theta value of 180 degrees. And then coming over here, we have 2 cosine theta is going to be equal to negative 1, which makes cosine of theta equal to negative 1/2. So in one revolution, we need to figure out where cosine is negative. So if all students take calculus, we know that cosine is going to be negative in quadrant 2 and quadrant 3 because cosine is represented by x. Anything to the left of the y-axis is going to have a negative cosine value. So if I draw in those 2 triangles, my cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, so those are the 2 triangles that give me negative 1/2. So again, I'm noticing these are 30, 60, 90, so I'm going to put my root 3's on the other side. And opposite the root 3 is going to be 60 degrees. So my quadrant 2 answer is going to be 180 minus the reference angle of 60. And so that gives me 120 degrees. and then my quadrant 3 angle is going to be 180 plus 60, which gives me 240 degrees. And so we had 3 answers for that one. All right, so that was using a cosine of 2 theta. I'm going to show you a problem where we might use sine of 2 theta. And again, this is going to be from 0 to 360. So we said that the sine of 2 theta was equal to 2 sine theta cosine theta. So if I substitute that right in here, we're going to say 2 sine theta cosine theta plus 2 cosine theta is equal to 3 cosine theta. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and subtract a 3 cosine theta from both sides just to get it equal to 0. And so here I have 2 sine theta cosine theta minus cosine theta is equal to 0. So at this point, I don't have a quadratic because nobody is squared, but I do have a GCF of cosine of theta. So if I factor out that GCF, I would multiply cosine theta by 2 sine theta to get the first term, and I would multiply cosine theta by -1 to get the second term. So now I can say cosine of theta is equal to 0, or I could say 2 sine theta is equal to 1, making the sine of theta equal to 1/2. Okay, so looking back up here again, I want it from 0 to 360, so this is the first revolution. So I can't have a leg value be 0, so that means it's a unit circle question. So I'm wondering, where is cosine equal to 0? So that happens up here at 90 degrees. But it happens again down here at 270 degrees. And the reason why I didn't choose -90 degrees is that would not be in the first revolution. And then over here, we need to figure out where is sine positive. So if all students take calculus, sine is positive in quadrants 1 and 2, which makes sense because sine is represented by y on the unit circle and y is positive above the x-axis. So I'm going to have a triangle here and a triangle here. So my opposite over hypotenuse is going to be 1/2. So I get -√3 here and I get +√3 here. So in a 30, 60, 90 triangle, the angle opposite the 1 is going to be 30 degrees. And so my quadrant 1 answer is 30 degrees. We love quadrant 1. And then my quadrant 2 answer is going to be 180 minus 30, which is 150 degrees. All right, so there is one question on the homework that refers back to the very first day of the solving trig equations. So I would keep those notes handy if you have them. Let's see, you're going to only have 4 questions tonight because I figured these are pretty in-depth, so that should be fine. So my expectation would be that you would finish the solving trig equations review number 3 worksheets. You're going to check your answers with the answer key. You're going to take the quizzes exit ticket just like we've been doing for the past week. You're going to have it until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning to complete the exit ticket. And again, you're going to receive participation points as well as points for answered correctly on the quizzes. So I miss you all. Keep your eye out for the picture of the puppy that we've been fostering and see if you know his owner, or her owner, I'm sorry, it's a girl. Thanks. Bye.